Namaste, dear friends. Welcome to a new set of FAQ videos. We are beginning this time and we are going to talk this next 5 videos on 5 important signs that we are in our comfort zone. So one of the major obstacles that happen in the path of our spiritual journey is our refusal to step outside of our comfort zone. Patanjali uses a different word called alabdha bhumikatva. That means we are unable to reach our goal, which some people translate as lack of perseverance. And what I feel is that there is a lack of perseverance to step forward because somehow we are in love with our comfort zone where we feel safe and secure, but in reality it is not. So how do we know that we are in our comfort zone? And this is basically what we're going to discuss today. The first and of course the classic sign is we avoid discomfort. When we start to do certain yoga practices, certain spiritual practices, we will first experience a euphoric state where everything feels good. But as we progress, the yoga practices, if they are really working very well, the spiritual practices, they are really working very well, they turn inward and we have to start seeing certain things about ourselves, that is some kind of shadows or some dark sides in us, and this makes us feel uncomfortable and we avoid seeing that. Now this can also be expressed in other aspects of our life where we avoid discomfort with other people, we avoid conflict with other people because the ego kind of wants to protect itself. And there are 2 ideas I would like to share with you that this is coming from the ego. Firstly, because the ego likes to win. So if we have to engage in some uncomfortable situations with others where there are some differences of opinions, and that's why there is a discomfort, we don't want to engage because of 2 possibilities. One, we want to win always. And if we do not have the right reasons to win, we don't want to face the possibility of defeat. So in a certain way, one of the things that happens is the ego is telling us unconsciously, hey, don't engage in this uncomfortable situation because if you are wrong, you don't win. And the ego wants to win. So ego prefers to stay in this comfort zone that where you feel like a victor, even though you don't engage in that discomfort, and you just say, okay, I will be winner in my comfort zone. On the other hand, if you are engaging with somebody and it turns out that you are wrong, you have to accept defeat and you need to learn. Now the ego does not want to accept defeat because it always wants to win, and therefore it becomes an obstacle for learning and evolution. So that's another reason why we prefer to stay in our comfort zone, because we don't want to have the prospect of losing an argument or a dialogue, because that makes us feel that we are wrong and we are not good enough. That's also an obstacle because the ego is telling you that you are perfect as you are, which is an illusion because we are not at all perfect. We are always supposed to be in the path of growth and evolution, and that is why we need to engage in uncomfortable situations as well, because we will learn only through these uncomfortable situations, facing them, understanding about ourselves why these situations are uncomfortable, because there are some things inside us that trigger in these circumstances which we need to look at and make them healed so that they don't trigger us in the future. But somehow the ego gives us this bubble of security and we start to avoid uncomfortable situations. We stay in our comfortable bubble in so many ways with our bad habits, with our toxic friends, with our toxic relationships, with our toxic work environment, many things like that. We prefer to stay what we are used to, what we are comfortable with, because this discomfort, stepping out of the comfort zone, feels like an enormous task of not going against the other person, but in reality it is daunting because you are going against your own ego. And if your ego is bigger than you are, then you are in trouble, my dear friends. It's the same for me, and I can share from my own personal experience that the biggest battle I have faced is not with other people, but with my own ego. There were moments in my life where my ego was much more bigger than me, and that made me smaller. And that's not the purpose of the spirit. The spirit likes to evolve, but the ego is the obstacle that blocks the evolution of the spirit. And that is why, my dear friends, I sincerely hope and pray that you will manage to step out of your comfort zone and win this battle against your own ego, so that you can become the best version of yourselves. Namaste, dear friends. Namaste, friends. I am Kausthub Desikachar of the Viniyoga tradition, and I'm very glad that you have come this far in the video. If you have come this far, it means you really like and appreciate our videos, and let us know how you feel about it through comments below. Let us also know that you appreciate it by giving us a thumbs up and also clicking the notification icon, so that we will be inspired to produce more free and valuable content like this, and we let the community grow. So please subscribe to us, so that the algorithms pick our videos in a much better manner. And thank you for sharing these videos through your social networks, so that it reaches as many people as possible. This is the best way we can do to share nice content with our close friends and our students and other people who we care about. And be safe and be happy and be healthy, as we are going through very difficult times, but let us remain connected to our heart with hope and Shraddha. Namaste.